Mueller. Ugh. We can't do this show now.
Let me go home.
Happy Thursday, everyone. So did you hear the latest news? Yep, Charles Payne accepted my friend request. But also, according to NPR, the January 6th hearings are now extending into July. Yeah, I guess they're using the same calendar as 2 weeks to flatten the curve. But thank God, because the stuff I've watched so far has been so riveting. To hell with that summer vacation to Key West. I know what I'm doing the first week or two of July. Yeah. Apparently, they're going to pursue more witnesses and say they're going to get lots of new evidence. I guess they're not happy with the witnesses they originally cast in the show. What a disaster, huh? Yeah. She made the Hindenburg look like a fender bender. She made Pompeii look like Knott's Berry Farm. That's a weird comparison. Apparently, they're going to subpoena Trump's White House counsel, Pat Cipollone, I don't know, who already talked to these clowns. And what for? Well, obviously to salvage the mess they made with their big star. The good news, at least she didn't implicate 2 bodybuilding Nigerians. Seriously, haven't they been through enough? Just wish they'd move out of my apartment. They take the longest showers. Apparently, the committee didn't bother to reach out to the Secret Service before it aired the crud about Trump lunging at security. So I guess they're doing that now, which means new witnesses become responsible for repairing other witnesses' hearsay. But maybe they'll find out that Trump didn't just lunge at the Secret Service. He did a double backflip off the trunk of the car and landed squarely in the lap of Abe Lincoln. Who knew Trump can drive an SUV from the back seat? You won't see that in a Bond movie. Of course, the media will say, come on, look, it's not a court of law, which is true. But how's that helped you? Hutchinson's testimony has now been ruined, and by connection, so has the hearing. You'd think they'd be experts at framing Trump by now. They've had so much practice. But damn, if I wanted to watch a show trial, I'd go to North Korea. At least none of the actors there are fat. It's not by choice, though. Yet, it still goes on. And why? Because the incentives are in place. First of all, you're paying for it. Like a night out with Kilmeade, you foot the bill.
That's not true. We go Dutch.
Yes. Leave them out of this. 2, the media wants it to go on forever because it feeds their bias, and it feels like they're reporting something when they're just Democrat stenographers. Here's one tweet from ABC's Jonathan Karl. It just says, "Thank you, Cassidy Hutchinson." That's a reporter. I guess he's referring to her testimony, but who knows, maybe she shared her Netflix password with him. But that's the media. I'm just happy they left their pom-poms at home. 3, the Dems are in control, at least until November. This propaganda machine can go on till then, so don't be surprised if it does. Because like Joe on the steps of Air Force One, there's just no balance. Without legit pushback, you see that Democrat politics is actually Stalinist politics. Show me the Donald, and I'll show you the crime. So one wonders, what's really worse? That a rally got out of hand for one day, a rally in which people who never broke the law before broke the law, then got arrested and are serving time, which they should because they broke the law, or an open-ended one-party media-protected tribunal paid for by you to save their party's chances in November while persecuting anyone they can in this unfettered witch hunt. Well, the answer is easier than me after 3 daiquiris. Or 2. 1. Meanwhile, our government ignores people illegally intimidating Supreme Court justices. How's that? So is this America, where they offer unsubstantiated allegations that fall apart like a slow-cooked pork shoulder, then use that to compel more testimony by reluctant participants in front of grim partisan hacks? We now see how duped everyone is to fall for the insurrection lie. It was all to create a spectacle to divert from their failures. So if you bought this BS, you got Cheney'd. And you thought her dad only shot friends in the face. She contributed to a show trial that would make Joe McCarthy blush. Did you see right after testifying, the star witness rushed to embrace Liz? What's that mean? Are they old friends? No, they're just part of the play. They're hugging like cast members of SNL when the show's over. How would Liz Cheney even know this low-level executive branch employee? Unless, of course, they met at rehearsal. So what's this mean for you? That you gotta vote. The only way to stop this is to vote every brain Democrat out of office. And then let the real hearings begin. Because now we have the smoking gun, the laptop, the messages, the big man admitting he knew what his corrupt son was up to. Roll the voicemail.
If you get a chance, give me a call. Nothing urgent. Just want to talk to you. I thought the article, at least the thing online, it's going to be printed tomorrow in the Times, was good. I think you're clear.
I think you're clear. Talk about real first-person evidence of all sorts of multiple felonies right on tape, which was buried by the press. Compare that to this show trial full of mind reading and hearsay that's amplified by the press. It's crazy. I just hope there are more phone messages from Joe to Hunter.
Hey, pal, it's Dad again. I was just thinking, that the voicemail I left you, the one about the you're all clear. You know to delete that, right? Okay. Yeah, you're a smart kid. All right. And just call me big guy from now on, all right? No one's going to know what that means. All right. Love you. Bye.
You know what? I think there's one more, right?
Hey, pal. It's Dad again. Hey, look. I was just thinking while we're deleting things, I was thinking maybe the 1,400 videos of you with the hookers and the cocaine. Yeah, I think you can get rid of those. I know it's fun to look back and all, but I think it's time we give those the old scrub-a-dub, all right? All right, love you.
The old scrub-a-dub. This is going to be great. Because these people should pay for wasting our time with these hearings while ignoring crime, inflation, border atrocities. It's our turn for justice. And I'm going to be here for it, not because I'm a journalist, not because I'm a Republican. Pretty sure I'm neither. It's because I'm an American, a pissed off one too. And you should be as well. Let's welcome tonight's guest. She's so bright, we're all wearing sunscreen for protection. Fox News contributor Laura Trump. Unlike baby formula, his book is still on the shelves. Fox and Friends co-host and host of the great new show, What Made America Great, on Fox Nation, Brian Kilmeade. He's living in Alaska pursuing comedy. Next, he'll probably pursue snowboarding in Florida. Actor, writer, and comedian Jamie Lissow. She's got a lot of skeletons in her closet, and most of them are squirrels. Fox News contributor Kat Tim. Brian, how you doing there, champ?
Good. You've been so nice to me, and I'm really worried.
Yeah. I'm saving it all up.
I guess so.
Saving it all up.
Maybe you're just looking forward to the week.
Nah, I felt bad.
Yeah.
I feel bad for you. I know things haven't been going well.
I didn't say that.
No, it's the scuttlebutt in the kitchen.
Really?
Yeah, the Fox kitchen. People know the problems that
we
you're
have a
having.
kitchen?
Yeah, we have a kitchen. Well, they don't tell you about it.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But, it's amazing to see Lynn Cheney become a hero to the liberals. Now, the liberals are now neocons.
She said, I look forward to the day when we can disagree again on issues. And I just think it was I thought the most telling thing came from Jake Tapper. Mm-hmm. When he said, he's talking to Jamie Raskin, and he just said, it would be great if we had some corroboration, like a second source. He's like, oh, it's not a trial. We just
Yeah.
thought it would be good for you to know.
Yeah.
We start to say stuff. We have no idea if it's true or not. But isn't it exciting to get together with everybody in the audience and everything like that? This is impeachment 3. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Except for there's no cross-examination. This is the key, though. If they don't sit those Secret Service agents down to tell their side of the story, they can't even pretend that they are trying to get the other side of the story. Because these guys go, excuse me, I got a huge problem with that story, and that's the fact that it didn't happen. And I'd like to go sit there and go under oath and tell you what happened. And the networks just froze in the headlights. They have no idea how to handle it. When they come back in July, which I'm concerned is going to go right into the new season of Ted Lasso, and that's my big worry. When they come back in July, I want to see Secret Service guys with earpieces on there saying, not true, no one grabbed the wheel, no one assaulted me. And I think what else did Cassidy say that needs to be
I love the... I'm so shocked, Laura. I'm so shocked. He threw his lunch. Who hasn't thrown any? Like, the whole point of lunch is that
I have not.
you haven't.
Yeah.
Well, you don't even eat lunch.
You don't eat
You get an extra lunch to throw.
I haven't
That's
always.
what I
I
understand.
always order
Yeah.
2 sandwiches, Laura.
Always.
One to eat and one to
Yeah.
throw at my assistant.
We know that about you.
I used to throw hot soup on her, but they told me at HR that was
She
not
blistered.
much. Are you watching any of this?
Absolutely not. Look, we all saw this movie the first time. It was called Russia Collusion, right?
Yeah.
So we've seen it. We know the goal. We know the whole point of this. And yes, they're extending it. What a shocker into
Yes.
July.
Yes.
Do we think it'll extend, I don't know, into November maybe?
Right.
Into the midterm elections? This whole thing, honestly, it's kind of insulting to the American people because people have real problems out there. And this is where our elected officials are putting their time, energy, our money, as you just pointed out in your intro, Greg. It is insane, but I love all the memes that came out of the other day with Cassidy Hutchinson, the ones of my father-in-law driving the presidential limo and taking down Secret Service agents. It wasn't too long ago that they were asking, could Donald Trump hold a glass of water?
Exactly.
And now he's taking down Secret Service agents. You got to hand it to Donald Trump. He really won on this one, I got to say.
Good to see you, Jamie.
You too.
I'm lying. Are you?
Weird. I felt like I wasn't. Can I say real quick?
Yeah.
I saw an article today that you're crushing in the ratings. I want to take 1 second and say congratulations.
Oh, I thank you.
And
we are. Do you know, just a side point, do you know that The Five has more Democratic viewers than anybody on MSNBC? And this show has more affluent viewers than
Saw
any
that.
show.
I saw that. And if you're free later, I'd like to buy you 3 daiquiris.
All you need is one, apparently.
One.
Just one, and that'll do it.
I want to make sure.
So that was all a big setup, you big jerk. And I fell for it.
But honestly, this whole thing, you said it killed me. That they don't want to hear the other side of the story.
Yeah.
This whole thing is hearsay. Like, the whole thing is here. It'd be like, on the way here, like a homeless guy said something to me. He was like, oh, the sky's falling. I can't come in here and report that to you.
Yeah.
He wasn't under oath. He was under bridge. And it's getting crazy out there, by the way. People should be careful.
Yeah.
Some crazy people. I was in line for a pretzel.
Yes.
And this guy, I'm just having trouble telling the difference between businessmen and crazy people because the earpieces are getting smaller.
Right. So
Have you ever? I'm buying a pretzel, and this guy he's right in my face, and he goes, "Listen, man, if we don't get those reports by tomorrow, we're all screwed." And I go, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Listen, I don't want your excuses. I just want a report." And I go, "Dude, I don't even know what you're talking about." And he points his ear, and I go, "I can hear you. I just have no idea what we're talking about." And I started thinking, how drunk was I last night that I somehow got a job and now I've missed my first assignment? But enough with the hearsay. It's a joke. I'm not watching 1 second of this.
yeah, you know, it's funny. I don't even know what hearsay means, Kat. Hearsay?
I think you do.
Oh, do I?
They should call it the January 6th hearsaying.
Yes. Not hearing, but hearsaying. It hit me.
You know,
So what
Greg,
do you think?
he's trying out material on your show. Are you a little insulted? I mean, he's going to take what works. He's going to go on stage.
He has been on
at Caroline's.
He's been on every day this week. It's okay.
It's okay?
Yeah, to do that. You can't do it.
All right,
because-
it's all right. I forgot.
But he can do it.
Okay.
You can't. What about you, Kat? And your different glasses.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am wearing different glasses.
Yes.
Which you've mentioned to me 3 times that you don't like.
Yes.
Which is so disappointing because when I get dressed every day, all I'm thinking is, I hope Greg likes this. Okay. You want me to talk about the hearing?
Yes.
All right, sure, I can do that.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be effective for what they want it to be effective for. And, The Bachelorette is, starting in July, and it's
Right.
the first time with 2 bachelorettes.
It's 2?
Yeah, so it's like, will their friendship withstand them competing over men? So
do they know them?
Yeah, they were eliminated the previous season, and so I'm definitely tuning in. And also,
Are they twins?
No,
They're not twins.
no.
See, I would watch if they were like Siamese twins. and we
Actually, you
imagine
should-
this, Kat. Siamese twins, and one gets. What do if one gets rejected?
I think you should talk to Fox Nation. That's a great idea.
Yes, yes.
But also, I think anyone who's watching it already agrees with what the point of it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think anybody who's a big Trump supporter is watching it.
Right.
And even if they're not sitting there like, all right, that's it. I'm taking off the hat.
Yeah.
I don't think it does make any difference.
No, it's not. This is masturbatory theater for people with Trump derangement syndrome. They need to watch this to tell them that everything, and they can't let go. That's the thing, which is probably a poor analogy. But anyway.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.